Hello guys, it's been a while since my last macro Bitcoin analysis, so I decided to make a little update. Since then, there was a scenario that actually played out for me, and there are some things that are yet to be decided. So let's look at our Bitcoin weekly chart. As you see, as I predicted in my first video a month ago, that the weekly Kijun is going to be a strong resistance for us, and it is. I don't know what happens next. We either get reversed here or break it on a high volume and big pump. But it is clear to me that if we break it, it will become a strong support. And there's also one thing that is clear for me. This not properly closed week, uncovered week, that tells me even if we go higher, the price of Bitcoin will be back to it, and even maybe it will go lower. That's guaranteed for me. That's what the candle analysis tells me. Let's look at the Bitcoin CME futures chart. It is usually useful because it is more precise and clear for me, without any noises on other exchanges charts. As you see, we can turn on our moving averages, 50 and 200 averages on the daily chart, and we can see that currently at this place where we have the range resistance, the Kijun resistance, we have also the 200 moving average resistance. What does this mean? This means we either get rejected here, or we can do as we usually do on the markets, on financial markets. We can break it, start showing some growth, then get the test and start consolidating here, and then have a capitulation week on high volumes and high velocity. That's the thing that we have to hold in mind. It is not guaranteed, but it's the thing for consideration. Okay, let's get back to our Bitcoin chart. What we see here, the thing that played out that I predicted a month ago, namely, we couldn't break this mid-range twice, and then the price of Bitcoin went for a retest of the super trend support, and we tested it successfully. Now we recovered and we went for another retest of this resistance. What should we do here, and how should we play here? There are two scenarios how I'm going to play it. If it breaks 45,600, I'm going to long, and I'm going to long unless it starts showing me the deviation and diving back under, or unless it goes down instantly. For example, it makes the fake out and gets absorbed instantly, and as the hourly starts closing below it, I will cut my longs and I will understand that we will go lower. That is something that is clear to me, and that is how I am going to play it. Also, one thing that you should learn, when we have situations like this, when the price of an asset is getting pressed to the resistance, to the important level, pressed harmonically with each high higher than the previous one on the high time frames, like 4 hours or a daily time frame, if we continue to do so, we usually break it with a big pump. But if this setup starts leaning over meaning each new high time frame candle starts getting lower, slightly lower and lower under this resistance. That means that you have to bail out, and we are actually reversing, and this reversal can be very heavy. So you got to be vigilant and be ready for things like that. It is clearly understandable if we lose this local trend line. It is the thing that shows us that we should not long anymore, maybe even short. Okay, let's look at some other assets that I had to my attention lately. Okay, as you see, I told in my Twitter account that I'm going to short link if it gets rejected here upon the counter trend line, and I did actually. It worked precisely. I didn't move this line. It hit my counter trend resistance and got rejected instantly. And I opened my short, as I shared in my Twitter account, at 1624, and I closed it somewhere at 1558. Yes. Why I closed it and didn't hold longer for a longer time, even though I saw this beautiful absorbing candle. Usually after this candle, I do not long and even short, because this candle appeared right before the weekend, and usually on the weekend we stay within the range, never mind how tough and small this range is, because if we lost this Kijun support on daily, we would fall lower. But usually the market maker holds the price of the assets within the range and doesn't allow it to free fall. So I suspected that we will be held above this Kijun support, and we were. And we are opening, today is the Monday, and we are opening upon this resistance again, and we'll probably break it. But there is no guarantee. We have to see it first. That is why I decided not to short link anymore. If it breaks these two lines, we will go higher, at least to 1770.40. Then maybe we'll go on a retest. There is a possibility that link after the break is going to consolidate and slide upon this support, upon this counter trend line, switching it to support line, and then we will have some maybe capitulation to here and go back up. I don't know yet. These are just my assumptions. But also there is a thing that bothers me this uncovered week that has to be recovered sooner or later. So if you are a long-term investor and you are looking to buy Link and you believe in it, I would suggest you to wait for the price to come to this $11-10. You're not losing anything buying there. It is a safe place. If you're expecting $50-100 for a Link in the long-term run. Also, I was sharing my Luna predictions. In my previous analysis, in my previous first video, I told you that Luna had an absorbing candle, and this candle means that we will go lower to somewhere to 35, 37, I don't know. But then the things changed with the UST popularity, and it went higher and even made a new all-time high. But I told that it is possible. We can delay that target and we can reverse in a few months. We will back to this, at least to this place, I guess. I'm not sure because Luna looks very strong, but we didn't go higher as I predicted. Also this week I started to, oh yeah, you see, as Luna can go back to $60. And this week, who follows me on Twitter, you saw that I was shorting it. Why? First of all, I told you how to work with these global trend lines. When the price is higher than this trend line, you long. When it lost it, you either short if you see the fit this setup, or you just don't long anymore and find better entries lower. So as we resecured it, we had a fast movement here, and we started drawing something looking like the head and shoulders. I'm not sure here yet. I'm not implying anything, but it looks like the head and shoulders with the appropriate necklines, especially if we touch this one. Maybe we will see something like that and we'll fall here, or we will find it as support and we'll go higher. I don't know yet. I'm trading what I see on the market in the moment, but I can predict some things in the macro perspective. So what did I do here? If you follow me on Twitter, you know that I was longing. I was shorting when I saw that the price came out of the lower range into the higher range and then got deviated. On the deviation at 95.50 exactly, I took a short and I shared it and I held it at until $90, I believe. Yes, 90 plus. So it was a good short. I closed it. For now, if I see some rejection here from this line again, I will consider to open the short again. If not, then not. Another asset that is very interesting for me and I was trading it was Rune. It had a very strong move lately, strong ascending move, and it has left here a lot of uncovered places. This move was on excessive volumes and excessive velocity. That is why it has to be recovered at least to $7,750 or at least to $7,650, and I think that is very likely possible. Why I think so, and when I am going to short, to show you the example, I was shorting here when we got deviated here, when we went back under. I was shorting since 8.95 and was sharing this in my Twitter account, and as the price broke this long-term supporting trend line, I was holding my short until 8:30, I don't know. Yes. Then I closed it and I shared this. Then the price found the support, and because Bitcoin was going up, it was logical, but there are some things that is important to keep in mind. Let's look at the weekly. We broke this super trend resistance. That doesn't mean anything for now, and we have a strong resistance here at the global counter trend line. If we turn on the Kijun, we will see some interesting things. It means that it doesn't matter how the week opens, there can be some things like this. We open with a high retesting and go lower, or we will be finding reversal upon the Kijun resistance here, and the price is going to be back to 7,650. I think so, because we have left a lot of space, uncovered space here. I use some indicator. I won't show it to you because it's my secret. Let's call it this way. So Rune is very good asset for the shorts. When the Bitcoin starts behaving weak, it is a good asset to short. Also, there is one more asset for good shorts. It's Waves. It had a very great big run, and very parabolic run, so this has to be taken into account. It broke its Kijun and it held its resistance again here. As you see, we can hold it, and probably, as you see, the weekly is going to close with this candle. This means we either can go retest this 34 zone again, 34, 33, and reverse and go. I think that this asset can go to $27 and even lower to 24 at least. Then it will probably start consolidating, trying to go up, depending on what is going to happen with Bitcoin during that time. And then it probably will go either higher or will be back lower again. But the thing is here, it is that it is a good place to start shorting. After this candle, probably after another retest of it, it is a good idea to short it, because this asset is overbought now and overhyped. So basically, this is all I had to tell you. Be vigilant and don't make any rush decisions. Trust the TA and trend lines and ranges, and just place your stop losses. Don't rely only on the luck. Okay, goodbye, have a nice day, see ya.